How are you lads? Fucking hell, baiting the camera out of it. Right lads, how are you? What's the crack? This week we're in Leeds. It's the most northern point of England that I've gone yet. I was in Manchester Friday and Saturday for a United game, hopped on the train or the bus on Sunday and tried to find the best pint of Guinness in Leeds. Hashtag dedication. Because it's a very tough job, but I don't take days off. Just before I show you what the pubs of Leeds have to offer, let's just get a quick word from our sponsor. This video is kindly sponsored by my good buddies over at Suns. Suns are a men's healthcare brand that offer clinically proven licensed hair loss treatment for less than the price of a coffee or a pint. Definitely cheaper than the price of a fucking pint or fucking cost of living, lads. Less than the price of a pint a day. So a lot of you lads are probably like me. Hair isn't horrendous, but it's not great. You've googled hair transplants, flying to Turkey, having all those weird little holes in your head, plus the fact that it can cost you an absolute fortune. You think, what other options are there out there? And that's where Suns comes in. Suns are proud to be the only company to offer home delivered hair loss solutions for men. You do a super quick online consultation. They'll tell you what's what, how bad is it, and they'll make a tailored treatment plan for you that'll be shipped discreetly right to your door. A tablet, a vitamin, a spray and a shampoo. So there's no contracts, none of that nonsense to worry about. Go to suns.ie or suns.co.uk. Use the code PINTS40 to get 40% off of your first order. That's €95 off of a 6-month plan in Ireland. May the hair gods be with you. I know the struggle, lads. On to Leeds. Alright lads, what's the crack? I'm in Leeds. I have to be honest, I'm looking forward to the video, looking forward to the day, but it's not looking great going in. When I ask on Instagram for your recommendations, usually it's full of positive, go to this pub, go to that pub. There was 1 or 2 spots highly recommended, and I'd say most of the comments were actually don't go to Leeds, the Guinness is shite in Leeds. So I have a fear that it's going to be Cardiff all over again, where the Guinness is just absolutely awful. We're going in, positive attitude. Right lads, pub 1, the Duck and Drake. There's only the Duck and Drake but we're actually very highly recommended, and the rest are pretty all over the place. So I'm expecting good things. Oh, a bubble to be seen, lads. That's like velvet. And serious domage. Pretty good. Obviously new style glass, but we'll forgive that. We always forgive that in the UK. Feels like quite a music-y, not really a word, but music-y pub. Cool little spot. Yeah, over the other side, there's like a venue for doing tunes and that. Shit lads, I have to say, this pint looks very, very good. Cracking bit of dome, it's perfectly poured. Head looks like a pretty much perfect size. Could be a tiny bit bigger, but yeah, I'm happy with that. It's just about settled. So, launch lads. Leeds, I was coming in with the worst expectations of all time, which is a good thing because I'm already quite happy. Sláinte. The tap where that was poured is in view and has a big thing saying quality approved on it. What I'm trying to see, is it extra cold? I think it is, because that is absolutely Baltic. Like it's always this test that when I can't hold it in my hand, I know it's extra cold. It's absolutely freezing, and it's absolutely freezing outside, although there is a lovely little fire burner thing in here, stove. I never know what to call those yokes with the doors on them. So I warmed up my hands a bit, but my hands are gone back to being absolutely freezing because, yeah, extra cold, it's a killer. It really kills the taste. I don't know, we're gonna have this whole extra cold. Is that gonna be the theme of the video once again? It's always been the theme of these UK videos. It's always good when there's a few tunes on, especially when the pub is very quiet and the barman is about 10 feet away. Just out of range, I'd say. Not that I say he gives a fuck. So yeah, this, the Duke and Drake and Whitelocks got a good few recommendations. And then, I'm not sure what's gonna happen in this video. There's a place called the Irish Centre, which I just presumed was a pub. It's actually like a good bit out of the city. it will be about a 12-15 minute taxi. And on Google it looks a bit like a golf club or like a community centre or something. It's kind of like just set up in the 70s for Irish people to go to or something. I don't really know, but I'm trying to think, like, if people are, the videos are for people when they come to a city to know in the city where to go for a pint. So I'm not sure if it could be justified to go out to that place. Do you know what I mean? But let's focus on this place first. Steak looking good. It's just absolutely freezing, but like no bubbles in the head. Definitely some positives, alright. Glass was clean. Sound barman, £5 for the pint, which isn't bad considering I could imagine Leeds is a bit cheaper than Manchester and far cheaper than London. Like pints in London were like £6.50, £7. Not in the best of shape today. It's a United game yesterday. A few beers were had in Manchester, so it was over for the weekend. So I said, fuck it. We pop into Leeds on the Sunday for the crack. So this is kind of like the cure. So everyone knows cure pints are good pints. Going down alright, serious stick. It's absolutely, cream is just holding the glass and not letting go. Steak is actually outrageous, to be fair. Again, yeah, presentation was on point. Taste just grand, but the coldness just kills the taste, that's all I can say. There wasn't, he couldn't have poured it any better. It wasn't poured badly or anything like that. Hard to give a high score to the extra cold. Good presentation, poured well, good domage, great stick, but extra cold just kills the taste. Right, just crossed a little river there, went over the bridge. We're heading to the Adelphi. I think it possibly part of a hotel, I'm not sure. Jeez, there's the sun now. Duck and Drake was a very, very cool pub and a really sound barman as well. I'd say it'd be good crack, go there for the they've live music the whole time and all that crack. Anyway, this Adelphi place, some people wrote to me as if it's letters. Some people said it's the worst pint in the world. And a couple of people said it's good. It was the highest, there was the Duck and Drake, the White Locks, they were highly recommended. The Irish Centre, which I'm 50-50 whether I'm even going to go to, because I don't even know if it's a pub or what. I'm trying to get some intel on that as we speak. And then this Adelphi was way further down in terms of recommendations, but it had slightly more than anywhere else, so that's what we're doing, lads. Right, lads, pub 2, the Adelphi. Really don't know what to expect going in here, but let's just pray they're having a good Guinness day.
Funny, I said that, and you have your jacket over and you're like,
Right, lads, nice little background shot of the pub here. It's one of those situations where there's people on either side, we just have to not give a fuck. Pint feels freezing again. There's a sort of a logo. Let's see, can we get a better video on the phone? Definitely an attempted shamrock on the head, as Super Hands would say. I have to say it every single time. Pint of Guinness, not allowed to go on the farm. You don't buy into all that. Yeah, a lot of little micro bubbles in the head. The head is quite skinny. Feels very cold, low in the foam. It's not looking great. Sláinte. Oosh. I'm here with the big bro. He's in the background. Yeah, cameraman for the day. Even though I have the camera on a fucking shelf here. But my point was I can get a second opinion after the video. Keep me in check, the big bro. Yeah. It's funny, the bubbles have kind of calmed down. The head is just so skinny, like it's just not creamy at all. It's kind of like watery Guinness. It's freezing as well, it's definitely extra cold. We were speaking to the barman in the pub after, in the Duck and Drake, and he was like, the tap says extra cold, but he said, it doesn't go through the extra cold thing, but he was a very nice guy, so I wasn't gonna like argue with him, but it was definitely extra cold because it was Baltic. And there's no disgusting taste off it by any means. Like I wouldn't. People were warning me about this place, saying you probably get recommended for Adelphi. Don't bother, it's the worst pint ever. But like, it's all right. And the thing is, like, I always tell as you know, if you're watching the channel long enough, I always tell the staff, like 99% of the time, I'll tell them, channel called the Guinness Guru, like I'm going to be rating the Guinness. So even if it maybe usually serves a shy pint, they'll obviously have it in their head, you would think. So like, right, better make this look half decent. So you're never going to get one of those like pints to here or all the bubbles and shit like that. But then it just comes down to taste and temperature, which neither are really great, and thickness, creaminess, richness, fairly lacking in all fields there. Yeah, not like a pint of Guinness should nearly feel like a meal. Like it should be thick and rich and I could barely finish that thing, but this just kind of goes down like water, but not in a good way. Definitely not a pint of milk anyway. It's grand at the end of the day, like, at the end of the day. Quite a nice pub. Feels like very much like a lunch and dinner spot. You wouldn't really just come here for pure pints, but the area, they told us to come into this area if we're just having drinks, because it's kind of like a bit of a snuggy style area. It's nice and warm and cozy. But definitely like the Duke and Drake would have been definitely more my kind of spot. This seems a little bit more fancy or something. Bit of a mean ale aftertaste as well. There's nothing like horrendous about it, but there's just nothing really great about it either. Very average, probably below average in terms of thickness, taste. It's not a whole lot of life and soul to it, that's what I would say. Plus the attempted logo on the foam, which fairly botched as well, no offence, but all adds up to probably not the best score in the world. Drinkable-ish. Nah, drinkable. Like, I mean, it'd want to be fucking bad not to drink it. I've drank some buckets of fucking shite in my day. Can't quite put it into the sixes. I'll go 5.8. Yeah, just not really much to it. Grand, but yeah, 5.8 out of 10, not the best. Right, just out of Adelphi. Interesting point there. The attempted logo on the foam, not great. And a strange experience, like, might not sound weird to you, but I went into the bathroom and there was no cubicles, just about 10 urinals. I wonder, so you can barely see me, fucking sun baiting in the back. Yeah, I wonder, is the no cubicles anti-snorting, if you know what I'm saying. We're heading now to Whitelocks, the most recommended pub in Leeds by a mile, formerly known as the Turk's Head, I think. I'm not going to bother going to the Irish Centre. I didn't really get much information on it. It's miles out of the city. Can't even see on Google is it even open. So yeah, this is going to be the last pub. Hoping for a good one. Right lads, pub treat, last pub, Whitelocks. It feels like I'm on like Grafton Street in Dublin and then this pub is just plonked here. It's very random. It'd be like if you're going shopping with the missus and you're like, yeah, I'm just heading down and you're bugging in for a sneaky pint. By far the most recommended pub in Leeds. I was writing down recommendations for Whitelocks and the Turk's Head. It's the same place. Originally in 1715, opened as the Turk's Head, taken over by the Whitelock family or something in the 1800s. History guru coming at you. I'm expecting big things in here. Let's finish off strong, Leeds. You haven't been as bad as I thought you'd be. Some entrance in, lads. Strange old pub. Still don't even know where I'm going. Proper walk down to it. Okay. So it says the Turk's Head is up there and Whitelocks is here. Both venues are cashless. No problem. Oh yeah, Turk's Head craft beer cocktails. No fucking thanks. Yeah lads, so this is Whitelocks here. And then the Turk's Head is up there. Doing a review outside, feels like going back to 2019 because the pub is completely full. I just said, here, I have to have a pint. So they said, yeah, you can have it outside, no problem, lad. Everyone in having their Sunday dinner. And it's gas, this pub's packed and all the other ones were quite. Actually, no, the last one was all right. The Duck and Drake was quiet enough. But I suppose that's the food. Everyone's coming for food on a Sunday. old style glass, but if you're watching the channel, you'll know that when it doesn't have the Guinness logo and it kind of comes out at the bottom, it's actually not an official Guinness glass. You get these a lot in the States. So I never really know whether to give props for that. They're obviously trying to serve it in old style glass, which is cool, but it's not an official proper tulip glass, so it doesn't have the exact same feel. And I feel like these glasses kind of mark and scrape easily, but it says M22, even though it looks like it's been through the gutter. Anyway, it's fully settled, head looks good. No bubbles in the head, a little bit yellow, couple of micro bubbles. Yeah, looks pretty decent. Sláinte lads, white locks. Fucking wanna be good. Decent gear to be fair. It doesn't feel like the extra cold because my hand isn't falling off when I'm trying to hold it. I'd say Guru Bro's hand is falling off. I'm trying to hold that camera. Yeah, cool little laneway here. Like I said, Turk's Head is up there. I just thought White Locks was formerly known as the Turk's Head, but it's two different pubs apparently. But like I said, it said like craft beers and all up there, so fuck that. Everyone, like, there's probably like 50 recommendations saying White Locks and maybe 5 saying Turk's Head, so obviously White Locks is the spot. It's decent now gear to be fair. Good temperature, thick, creamy, rich, just totally level above what we would have had in Adelphi. Remember, it was just all the opposites. It was really thin, it was kind of watery. I had that fairly sorry attempt for a logo on the foam. Changing hand, lad. Go for it, lad. Have a sip before it goes bad. Yup, yeah, boy, yeah. The bro. Yup. Extremely smooth as well. We're back in Mulligan's yesterday, where I said Mulligan's in Manchester. We were there yesterday having a few pints after the United match. And this, I'm not saying this reminds me of that as in it's that good, but it just has that sort of smooth creaminess that makes a good pint. Like, just goes down so easily. Smooth as anything. And to be fair, very few bubbles in the head. Thought there was a couple little ones at the start, but they've kind of gone away. The head is staying a good size. It's staying very white. I always think that's a really good sign. A lot of pints will go sour right away. They'll go really yellowy, orangey, rotten. This one just screams fresh. Also, it's going down very quick. It is funny though. Shout out Cozy. Back in the 2019 days, we used to come to pubs. I didn't even have the balls to go up to the bar people and say what I was doing. So I used to just be like, I'm just doing a video where just making a video about drinking Guinness in Dublin. Do you mind if I just do it outside? They'd be like, what the fuck are you on about? So now I actually have finally grown the balls, well, over the last few years, to be able to go in and just say, look, here's the crack. YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. So they know you're reviewing it. So I can't come to bite you in the arse. But anyway, it's not 2019 anymore, lads. It's 2020 fucking 3. Jesus, we're in the game a while. And this is a good pint. Absolutely necked. Necked. I'll do me swivel. Pure cream at the end. Creamy finish. Decent stickage. You go ahead, you're fine, yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy with that, especially compared to, I wouldn't say the Duck and Drake was bad, but this is definitely a big level up. Still not absolutely insane, but just for the fact that people were saying, get on the next plane out of Leeds, don't even bother going. It's absolutely shocking for Guinness.
I let over 7, I think.
No, I think it's decent, like, and considering I was coming in here with such low expectations, yeah, I'm sticking by it as the bro goes to grab his pint. So that's going to do it for Leeds, lads. Finished very strong. White Locks Ale House. I don't think they need me sending people here because it's already packed. It's literally right off the main street. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. Easily, and no surprise, the best pint of Guinness in Leeds, White Locks. See you in the next one. Just the pan shot.